Hello everyone, welcome to Inside Gators Football presented by UF. I'm Sean Kelley and joined by Gators interim head coach Billy Gonzales. So the Gators beat Mississippi State this past weekend 23-21, now won 5 straight SEC home games and 7 straight homecoming games. It was a wild ride at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in front of the 16th straight sellout at the Swamp. And coach, over 900 yards of total offense in the ball game. 23-21 was the final, and it took just about every second to decide Saturday's game.
Absolutely did. All the way to the end. We'd have preferred to have it not so close at the end, but I'll tell you what, big shout out to the fans. First and foremost, they did an incredible job showing up for a great homecoming victory for the guys to get out there and play in front of that crowd. They were electric, and they absolutely played a part in this coming in locking that win down for us. Absolutely.
And the lockdown play came with 21 seconds left. I don't normally coach work backwards, but we may as well here. Mekhi Barrow sinks off the defensive front there and ends up picking up the interception. Can you help me understand how that play works and what that took for that young man to finally get a hold of that football?
I'll tell you what, first and foremost, I'm sure you've watched it, and for the fans that have watched it, what an incredible job to see a young man as big as Mekhi is be as nimble as he was, first and foremost, but to drop back into coverage, turn, track the ball, catch it. I guess the biggest thing was, why didn't we take it to the house? So did a fantastic job. I mean, what a big play. I tell you, it was electric. They did a fantastic job. Defensive called a great game at the right time. They got him thinking he was coming. He dropped underneath the coverage and did a fantastic job making that play.
Coach Roberts' side of the ball had 4 sacks, their season high in tackles for loss, and a game that was played to its entirety, 24-point score combined in the fourth quarter. This all coming, Coach, with a depleted secondary. A lot of young players stepped into roles that they haven't been accustomed to as of yet.
And I think that's due to the development part of our secondary coaches and Coach Roberts, making sure that the detail in practice every day is on point. They've done a great job. You never know when your number is going to be called, and we talk about it all the time. It's competitive excellence. When your number's called, are you ready to make the play? Are you ready to step in? Regardless of how many reps you've got during practice, they did a fantastic job. And I know we took some bumps along the way, but that young group of defensive backs in the back end, I thought they came out and they played extremely well for the situation that they got popped in and put into immediately.
Yeah, that Gators defense also held the Bulldogs scoreless for 8 straight possessions following that opening possession of the football game. Coach, when you look back on how the offense performed, what starts to stand out for you?
Well, I think DJ Lagway obviously played really, really well. He threw the ball for 280 yards, and the guy that pops out probably first and foremost is Jaden Bach. He rushed for a career high, had a touchdown. Would have had a lot more left on the table had we not gotten a penalty called back, but he did a fantastic job. Anytime you've got a running back that's running for that many yards, you got to look up front and see the O-line's doing a great job. So I think you're starting to see a team put things together overall offensively when it comes to the quarterback, the offensive line, running back, and obviously we had a couple young players. Vernell, I think he had 85 catches for 80-plus yards. So we're starting to piece it and put it together. We want to continue to build that process. We need a few more big plays overall. Big plays, I think those are going to produce more points.
Yeah, a lot of explosives. DJ Lagway had the pass to Vernell Brown III. It was over 50 yards, the 16th time that Lagway has done that in his career. Ball's total was 150. 150 was a new career high for him rushing-wise. That wide receiver group, the one you're so familiar with, Coach, they have really seemed to found their stride as a group. Would you agree?
I agree, and I think it's because they're a tight-knit group. I think one of the unique things, I get a chance to visit with these guys and sit with them at dinner, and I was talking with a couple of the guys the other day, and they said, listen, Coach, this may be the tightest unit that I've ever been a part of in my time here at the University of Florida. So I think that's part of it. I think whenever you have guys that are willing to play for one another, not just for themselves, and they're willing to block downfield for their teammate, when you start putting those pieces together, you're going to have a pretty successful group, and those guys are competitors. So I'm excited about that young group of players we have.
Coach, did you find in a lot of ways the win was a reward to a football team that had been through a tough stretch?
100%. You know, you take a look at what the guys have been through. They've battled. They've been fighting. They've done a great job. You know, I think, I'm going to give credit. Coach Napier did an incredible job laying a foundation for these young men, putting them in a position where they can continue to go practice on a daily basis, continue to make those plays. And again, I'll always go back to that piece about playing for one another. And, I think behind the scenes, Coach Napier did an unbelievable job with that process. So we got to continue that piece. We're playing for our seniors. Our seniors got a lot to play for. We got a lot of football ahead of us to play, and we've got to go out and make those plays.
23-21 was the final score. The Gators even their SEC record to 2-2. Thanks, Coach. For everyone involved on our crew, we appreciate you watching as well. That's another edition of Inside Gators Football presented by UFL.